Hello, hello. It is time for April Beauty favorites and fails, and I have some pretty good favorites and some pretty big fails in this video. I have makeup, skincare, and lifestyle faves and fails this month, and I have a lot. Again, I don't know how that keeps happening, but it does. And I have a few updates of some products that I've been trying that you guys have been wanting to get my feedback on, and there is a giveaway within this video too. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing by the end of this video and give this video a thumbs up as well. It just helps my videos and helps my channel out. And with that said, we can go ahead and get into it. Those of you that follow me may recall me having some major issues finding an aluminum-free natural deodorant. I either break out into a horrible, painful rash or they just don't work. And I have given them all the allotted amount of time. They just don't work for me. Drugstore deodorants just stop working on me after a period of time. Donna Karan Cashmere Mist is my deodorant of choice because it keeps working. It never fails me, but it does have aluminum in it. Cut to Drunk Elephant Sweet Pity Deodorant Cream. I was super skeptical about this, as I was about another product in this video that I'll get to later. Based on past experience, I just wasn't expecting much out of this. I have been using this for, has it been a month and a half? It's been at least 5 weeks, I'll tell you that much. It has no aluminum or essential oils or baking soda, and it works for me. I apply it once a day and it keeps my odor away. It keeps me sweat free. I love it. Now, because it is a cream deodorant, you do have to apply it and then kind of, let it dry a little bit because it can stay wet feeling for just a bit. And it did take a few days for my body to get accustomed to it, for it to kind of start working and get used to the natural deodorant. But this is the first natural deodorant that has not given me a bad reaction and has actually held up. I actually find it very soothing, which is shocking to me. That deodorant is priced at $16, and for Drunk Elephant that's known for having really high prices, I don't think that's bad. And their whole hair and body line that they just launched, everything is $25 or under. The hair products are $25, which I have been using exclusively for I think over a month now. They just work really well for my fine hair. I know everyone's different, and I did include both of them in one of my Sephora videos. I can't remember which one. I did 2 recommendations videos. I'll include both down below because the sale is still going on when this video will air. I know a lot of us are doing a lot of extra self-care right now, and that can include masking. And I have these absolutely adorable sheet masks that actually work. These are from a brand called LAPCOS. I think that's how you say it, LAPCOS. Anyway, they have different masks for different needs, and I've been using them and I'm really liking them. I like the sleek packaging too if you need them for add-ons for gifts. So they have the Pearl mask, which is a brightening one. It's in this kind of rose gold packaging. It's really pretty. I also really like their regeneration and elasticity masks. And the purifying is another favorite. So I just wanted to show you these because I had never tried this brand before until this month, and I've been having a lot of fun with them. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well. So I remembered the other day that I had this Paula's Choice Clinical 1% Retinol, and most products from Paula's Choice work really well for me. Her sunscreen is one of my favorites. Actually, it's my favorite of all time. And I love her 2% BHA treatment. There's just a lot of Paula's Choice products I really like. I was recalling that every time I try this 1% Retinol, I seemed to have a reaction the next day, but I kept holding on to it thinking, well, maybe it was something else causing this reaction. No, I tried it again. It's definitely the Paula's Choice. There was no other product that I incorporated into my routine. I already threw it in my fails bin. It's in the other room. I completely forgot to bring it in here. If you've been following my channel or if you just saw my recent PM skincare routine, you know that my retinol of choice is the Drunk Elephant Passione Retinol Cream. It's great for my super sensitive skin. I have rosacea, so if a product doesn't agree with me, I react to it within a day. I can apply a product at night and my skin will flare up by morning. The Paula's Choice Clinical Retinol, for some reason, makes my rosacea flare up. And it could just be me. I wish it didn't do that to me because I love the line overall, but for some reason, it does that. So that was a fail for me this month. And I've been battling a few little spots, having to cover them up and let them heal since trying that out again. I am very particular about my hand creams. They cannot be too greasy, they can't be too scented, but they have to do the job. I don't want to put on a hand cream and then immediately feel like my hands are dry again. And I'm always amazed at how many hand creams just don't fit one of those criteria, you know what I mean? So in one of my Sephora recommendations videos, I talked about the Caudalie hand and nail cream, which is one of my holy grail hand creams. I absolutely love it. Well, I have another one here that lives on some surface because I'm always reaching for it, that I discovered this month. This is the Colleen Rothschild Restorative Hand Cream. This is a superb hand cream, and Colleen Rothschild is running some sales, some specials, because, you know, she's an independent brand, not sold at Ulta or Sephora. Sometimes her products get overshadowed. She has a lot of great products. Anyone can always use a great hand cream. Okay, so I have a show a lot of people have watched, but if you haven't, you may want to, and if you are a Breaking Bad fan, you probably want to watch it, but there's kind of a disclaimer that goes along with it. So about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, everyone kept saying, watch Ozark, watch Ozark. It's like Breaking Bad. If you liked Breaking Bad, you'll like it. So I watched 4 episodes and I completely bailed because it wasn't like Breaking Bad at all. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows ever. I love Jason Bateman, but I just was bored. And there was an element of it I just really didn't like. I found it very dreary. This year, everyone under the sun is talking about how great season 3 is and how it's amazing, and all the reviews of it are just through the roof. So I thought, you know what? I remember everything that happened. I'm going to pick up from where I left off. So I did. I picked up with season 1, episode 5, and I realized that I gave up in episode 2 early. If I had just stuck with it, it would have gotten much better and I would have really enjoyed it, because I kept watching from that point on, and I basically binge watched it through the end, and it got really, really good. Not Breaking Bad good, but still really, really good. So if you haven't seen it and you like that kind of drama suspense show where, you know, good people have to do bad things for their family kind of thing, you might like it. So if you've been hesitating, or maybe you were like me and you started it and you thought it was kind of dull, it really does get better. I promise. It was so worth it to get to season 3, because season 3 was amazing. The finale was out of this world. Okay, let's talk about the lipstick that I have on my lips today. So when I received these new Sigma Infinity Point lipsticks, I thought, you know, the packaging's cool and all, but it's probably just like a normal creamy bullet lipstick. It's gonna be fine. I have been seriously impressed with these lipsticks. The formula feels beautiful on my lips. They're supposed to be hydrating and long wearing, and they actually are. I actually ate a quesadilla for lunch today, and I've been drinking throughout this video. It's still on my lips. I mean, you can see the shine. Usually matte products are what stay on your lips, and this is just a very creamy shade, and I feel like the pigment's still there. And that's been my experience whenever I wear these. So the shade that I have on today is called Epiphany. I've worn the shade Temptation in another video, so I'll have to link you to that video in the description box next to where I have these listed. I hate liquid lipsticks, and these just give me what I've been looking for. I'm going to talk about my jewelry really quickly because I know a lot of you really like that, and I have been asked about these earrings so many times in various videos this month alone, and I think it's because they're kind of just a twist on a hoop. And a frequently asked question is if they are lightweight. Yes, I can't even feel them in my ears. They are so lightweight. I will have them linked for you down below, and I've worn the gold version of this. This is a long version that loops around. So I'll link this, I'll link the gold version, as well as a couple of other necklaces that I wear a lot, just, you know, for Mother's Day ideas or whatever. But I do think that jewelry is a great Mother's Day gift, so I do want to link some of my most favorite pieces for you, so I'll do that down below. And these studs that I have here, these little gold studs, I just think a classic stud is such a perfect item to have, especially, you know, there's a lot of people doing Zoom calls. Mother's Day's around the corner. It's a great Mother's Day gift. I've got a pair of gold ones here from Gorjana. I've got a pair of silver ones here from Kendra Scott that match this little necklace that I have layered right here. So I'll just have some options linked for you down below, because I just love a nice, you know, simple piece of jewelry. And I think, you know, most of us do. So a little while back, I purchased the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas primer, and a lot of you have been asking me for an update. Now, I love me some Tatcha overall. The products that I've tried, the water cream is one of my favorite moisturizers, and the blue cleanser, the deep cleanse, I couldn't remember the name, is one of my favorite cleansers. Now, I tried the regular silk canvas, the one in the tub, and it just did not work very well for me, but for some reason I thought maybe this will work well. And I have to say, I do really enjoy this a lot more than the silk canvas. However, it does not sit up there with my Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. It is a silky lotion, which I love. I love that type of primer. I don't like a very silicone type primer. It sinks into the skin very easily, and it does, you know, help blur those pores and just even everything out. And it does keep my makeup on a long time. I don't feel that it controls my oil better than my Hourglass Veil or better than other primers that I have. I do have oily combination skin, and I am in my mid-40s. So, you know, my main goals are to not emphasize lines and texture and to keep my oily T-zone in check. I don't think it makes me more oily, but I just don't think it controls my oil for a long time. But I do think it wears well underneath foundations that are more matte. If they're, you know, maybe a little bit too matte. You know, you have those foundations that are just a little bit too mattifying, too makeup-y looking. This wears well under those for me because sometimes I don't really want a glowy primer, a radiant primer. I just want something that's not mattifying underneath them but still works well. And that's what I would use this for. It's not going to be my everyday primer though. It claims to be, I think, for all skin types, and I think it can work for all skin types in various ways. I think for normal skin, this could work really well, and probably even for dry skin. I think that it could work well. Okay, I have the Joa. Is that how you say this? I'm not sure how to say it. I just know I have been asked to try this concealer for the longest time. This is the Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer. This is an inexpensive K-beauty brand. I can't even remember where I bought this. I don't like this. I thought I would because I feel like the reviews are pretty good. I just find it gives okay coverage, but it doesn't really build on itself well. So if you have, you know, a dark circle you're covering, but then you want to go into that darkest point and just kind of add a dab more, which I have to do a lot, even if I use a corrector, it doesn't really build more in that spot. And I feel like it doesn't look totally seamless and natural. And you know, that's pretty important to me. And I have so many concealers that look beautiful and natural. And this just doesn't for me. I don't know. It just, no, I didn't love it. I'm not sure where this clip is going to be inserted, but I completely finished filming and started doing some B-roll behind me and doing some Instagram stuff in the bathroom. And I was starting to clean up and wrap everything up, and I realized I left out a fail. A pretty big fail, actually. This is the Naya 114 Strivectin Anti-Wrinkle Blur Perfector for eyes. I cannot read this whole thing in one deal. I just wanted to go ahead and show you what it looked like. This is a lid and under eye perfecting primer base. I've had pretty good luck with several Strivectin products. Their neck cream is top of mind because that's the neck cream I'm using currently. I really enjoy it. This is terrible. I don't know if I got a bad tube or what, but I'm going to put a clip here of exactly what it does when I apply it. It doesn't matter how little or how much. I don't find this brightening at all. I actually find it rather dark, and it doesn't blend in. It sits on the top of my skin and it just won't sink in. It just balls up under my fingers. I thought maybe it was because of my eye cream, but it doesn't matter what eye cream I apply, and I'm not going to not wear eye cream. And I tried not putting any eye cream on my eyelids and it still did it. I cannot figure out how to use this. I've tried patting it in, I've tried rubbing it in. This just does not work for me. Please let me know down below if any of you have gotten this to work for you, if you have tried it or not, because this is one of the biggest fails I've tried in a while. I was actually surprised by what a huge fail this was, and I'm glad that I saw this before I wrapped everything up for the day because this needed to be in this video. Okay, so I'm gonna try to not go too long about this next product, but I am so blown away with just what I've seen so far, and I feel a little bit more validated after I saw it in Wayne Goss's favorites that he put out yesterday, which will be a few days before now when you actually see this video. And to say that I was skeptical about this before I tried it is an understatement, because I usually get my skincare products from skincare brands and not makeup brands, with a few exceptions, and Charlotte Tilbury is one of those. I do like her Magic Cream and I do like the Magic Eye Cream. I think they're both really good products, but she does develop them for her celebrity clients that need their skin to look good, which is exactly why she developed the Magic Serum Crystal Elixir. But again, super skeptical about a serum for some reason. However, I was fortunate enough to be asked to be on the launch Zoom call that was given by Charlotte and a dermatologist and an esthetician. It was very, very clinical. I had a lot of flashbacks of being in pharma. There was a lot of medical terminology about all the ingredients, what they do, and what the 4 or 6 week study involved, the results. It was super impressive, and something that Charlotte said really won me over. Aside from the fact that she was so over the top excited about this product, more so than any product she's ever put out before, she said that while she was testing this on herself, that she had comments from people asking what she was doing differently because they thought she had had Fraxel or a laser treatment. And all she had done differently was use this serum. That's really what pushed me over the edge with even trying this. So I had a few questions with it. I wanted to know if it is indeed good for all skin types. It does say it's supposed to be. I also wanted to know if my oily combination skin could wear it underneath makeup without my makeup sliding all over. When you apply your skincare products, you apply them thinnest to thickest. Serum is usually the first product that you apply. But still, I wasn't sure how this was going to interact with anything else. And I wanted to know what was so magical about this. What was this going to do differently than the other serums that I'm using, than the other skincare products that I am currently using? So I have all of this data, all of this stuff from their trials, which is super impressive. What I can tell you after 5 days, and I am going to give you an update in next month's favorites because I am also going to be using it for more than 4 weeks. That's what I always do when I give you an actual skincare review. This is more like a first impression, but I am so impressed. When I woke up the next morning following the first night of application, I just felt like my skin looked brighter and more radiant. When I apply it in the morning, it doesn't interfere with my makeup. My face doesn't get greasier during the day. It sinks in really, really nicely. There is a slight fragrance to it, but you warm it up in your hands before you apply it, and I feel like that fragrance dissipates as I warm it up in my hands. I don't notice the fragrance once it's on my face. I already see results in my pores from my current skincare routine, but I see even more results with this. I feel like it just gives my skin this beautiful radiant glow without adding any grease or oil or anything. It just makes it look like it's beautiful. I don't even know how to explain it. It is really, really a beautiful product, and it doesn't flare my sensitive skin up at all. So yes, I am super impressed so far, and I will be letting you know how I feel about this after several weeks, but I've been applying it to my face and to my neck. And if it's possible, I feel like my neck looks even better now than it did a week ago. I don't know how that's possible. I have 2 BK Beauty brushes that I want to mention very, very quickly. I don't think I've talked about these. This is the number 107. I do know that how I use this is not the intent of this brush, so that's why I specifically wanted to bring this up. I've been using this for a more diffused contour brush, or if I'm using a more neutral bronzer, as a more condensed brush if I want to contour with that bronzer. You know, most of us don't need a sharp contour. It needs to be more diffused. It's an oval shaped brush, and it's just got the right amount of density for it. I've been really liking it for that. You can take it all over the face. You can even take it under the jaw. I like that it's not too sharp. You know, in real life, you don't need to have super sharp contour, but you can just make things a little bit more dense and soft and diffused looking with this brush. It works really nicely for that. And the other is the 208 brush. This is a really, really small, fine tipped, precise eyeliner brush. I guess you could even use it as a brow brush, but I just like it for getting that little tiny tip on a wing. It works really well for that. But I find that normal sized angled eyeliner brushes just don't get precise enough, for me anyway, to get that point that I need. I'll get it on one eye and then I can't get it on the other. It just helps me even things out a little bit easier than trying with a regular angled brush or with, you know, a pencil or something like that. So really enjoying both of these brushes. So my phone case of choice, I talked about this in a favorites video a long time ago, is the Loopy Case. I bought this case, it was this like rose gold marble case, after my pop socket just fell off my phone. Actually, my phone fell off my pop socket while I was holding it. Thankfully, I wasn't just standing up over a hard floor, otherwise my phone would have just shattered. I got the Loopy Case. I have never ever looked back. It is totally secure. You know, a pop socket is just stuck onto your phone, so you're kind of just at the mercy of how stickable the sticky is at that point in time. If it just decides to wear out, it just wears out, and then it's just bad news. Well, the loop on a Loopy Case goes straight through the case. There is no shot of you dropping your phone. And they reached out to me to see if one of my viewers might enjoy receiving a gift card for a Loopy Case, and of course I took them up on that. So one of you can enter to win a gift card for a Loopy Case for your device. They have a lot of different sizes and styles to choose from, and the dates and the rules and everything are in the description box below, and I have been so happy with mine. So now one of you can enjoy a Loopy Case the way I do. Let me know what you loved in the month of April or hated in the month of April. I like hearing that too. If you haven't seen my most recent Sephora recommendations video, I will link it up here. Go check that out, and I will have both linked in the description box for you. Thank you so much. If you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.